What's going on, everyone? It's Marsellis back with another video. Today we're going to be going over some technicals with Baby Doge, and we're also going to be going over some whales in Baby Doge that are actually making some big moves and some possible exchange listings. So we're going to be going over a lot with Baby Doge, and we're going to be talking about where this is going to bring Baby Doge next. So anyways, hit that like button, subscribe. Really helps the YouTube channel out immensely for a YouTube algorithm. Leave a comment in the comment section and to let me know what you all want me to go over next. And also, if you want these automated trading indicators, definitely check out the Vital Algo link in the description and use the discount code Marsellis for 25% off. And also, if you want to help support the channel, definitely go ahead and send a donation through the Cash App or PayPal donation link in the description. It'll be greatly appreciated. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, and none of this is financial advice. So let's get straight to Baby Doge. The first thing we're going to be covering is the technicals. So yes, we are still in control by the bears by 60% in the 24-hour market control. So we did break out of this resistance briefly, and this resistance was once our support, but the second we broke out of that, it became our resistance. So as you can see, we broke down straight to about 3.7, and then we tried to pump past it, a little bit up to 3.8, ended up going down again, another huge sell-off. We're going to be going over some whales that actually helped cause this huge sell-off. And then the second we had that little sell-off, we started to buy back in. And as you can see, Baby Doge just very briefly went and pumped right above this area here at the 3.8 area. And then it went down again, back down to 3.6 like we mentioned in previous videos. And then it tried to pump above 3.8 again, and now it's back down. So the fact that Baby Doge just keeps continuously trying to pump out at 3.8 but continues to get rejected pretty much shows us that we're probably going to have a downtrend here coming very soon. Now, it's not going to be too low of a downtrend because as you can see, Baby Doge neither wants to go below 3.6 either. Yes, it doesn't want to continue to go above 3.8 up to the 4.0 area and the 4.4 resistance, but it continuously gets rejected there and also continuously gets supported at the 3.6 area. We actually seen some support at 3.6 way back here, more like 3.4, but still we had some support around there. So we're probably going to see Baby Doge do some trending downwards to that support line that we mentioned earlier, all the way at the 3.2 area. So we could see 3.2 coming soon. It probably won't just happen like immediately, but slowly but surely, and maybe in like a day or two, it could hit 3.4 or 3.2. 3.2 being pretty much not exactly the bottom, but the line before the complete bottom. The complete bottom, I believe, is at 2.4 support. So going down to the 2.4 support, you actually see is the one way down here. This is the complete bottom. Now, that's like 100% bearish scenario. Baby Doge just completely crashing. I don't believe that's going to happen, but we got to look at every single scenario. That's one scenario. Now, the next, we do a little bit of a trend down to 3.2, and then when we hit that, we just immediately go back on a pump because 3.2 is such a good buying opportunity for people to buy the dip. And when people see that opportunity, they pretty much double down on it and end up buying down there. So that's where you could see the 3.2 area coming around if we have people selling out huge. And I'm going to show you some whales that are doing some huge sales and also some huge buys. So I'll let you all be the judge of whether or not you believe it's going to hit 3.2. Personally, I believe it's going to trend down a little bit more before it has another major pump. Like I said, the Super Bowl, like I said in my video earlier, the Super Bowl is going to be on Sunday, which is the 13th of this, the 13th, on Sunday. So we're going to have a lot of huge promotions for crypto on that day. And then we have a lot of other big stuff going on in the crypto market. Supposedly, there's supposed to be some huge pumping going on with the Super Bowl ads. So we're going to be seeing what's going to happen around that time. But like I said, people are probably going to throw their money in, they're going to buy, and then the whales are probably going to start selling. Now, we're going to be going over what some of the whales are doing right now. And obviously, we do have a lot of resistance here. So we just got to look at the obvious thing that's coming up, which is a support. Maybe continuing on a downtrend and hitting 3.2, or stopping at 3.4 and not even completely hitting 3.2, because we did the same thing back here. We thought it would go all the way down to about 3.2, but it ended up stopping at 3.4. This time we stopped at 3.6. So maybe we don't even go down to 3.4. Maybe we just come and start pumping again. Nobody knows. So like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, and none of this financial advice. Can't 100% predict what's going to happen. But I do know there is a lot of advertisements going on for that Super Bowl. You can even see it here on CoinGecko, literally. So we're about to see some huge promotions and some huge money pumping into the market on Sunday. So Let's go over this right now, though. 4.6% down for the last 24 hours. People are like, why is everything else up and Baby Doge is down? I already mentioned this in my video yesterday. If you look at it, Baby Doge was pumping all through January. And if you look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin was actually going down all through January. So that's why we're going down. It's like we're opposites right now. Baby Doge is the complete opposite of the overall crypto market. So when they're pumping, we're going down. When they're going down, we're going up pretty much. So also, I wanted to mention about the current downtrend that we have inside of Bitcoin and really the overall crypto market right now. We had a sell-off. I was mentioning that this could quite possibly be a bull trap, and this is exactly what it's looking like. It's looking like a bull trap. So we may actually end up trending down below 40K again, but not right now. Remember that Super Bowl, if we did start trending back downwards, it'll probably be a nice buy the dip opportunity. And then you'll probably see people trying to pump it up for Super Bowl. And then you'll probably see another sell-off coming after Super Bowl. So we got to pay attention to that because that's going to be a big factor. Now, anyways, everything's pretty much down right now. So don't get too worried. Like everything's selling off right now. So I already mentioned it. It's a bull trap. And we can see there was a little bit of a trap. But we don't know if it's going to completely sell off below 30K or below 40K down at 30. So we got to wait to see what happens there. Now, the main thing I want to talk about today is pretty much the whales here. So we got to talk about the whales. And this is pretty much showing the chart for all of the burn wallets and all the major whales and the exchanges. Now, I want to mention the exchanges because the exchanges are actually doing some big movements in Baby Doge, which you typically don't see from exchange wallets. So let's go all the way back here. So I actually pulled up some of them already so we can just look at them. This is the OKX exchange wallet. So the OKX exchange wallet has actually been selling trillions Baby Doge. So here you can see billion, trillion. So 2 trillion, 2.2 trillion, 222 billion, 2.2 trillion, 2.2 trillion, all of these within today. So this right here is 44 billion, 25 billion, 2.1 trillion, 2.1 trillion. So I've been doing a lot of selling on the OKX exchange, their official wallet, and you can see they bought 8.1 trillion. The reason why I'm talking about this is because this is not the only large major whale doing this, because even though they are an exchange, they're still a major whale. Like a lot of people really don't own that money on OKX. You know, like this is all in this wallet. This is pretty much where your money is at. And this is $57.8 million, which is 14.7 quadrillion Baby Doge. Look, million, billion, trillion, quadrillion, 14.7 quadrillion Baby Doge, which is 3.5% of all Baby Doge tokens on the OKX exchange. So look, we mentioned that. Now you can also see that there's another large exchange here that's doing the same kind of movements here. So this exchange is Gate.io. They own about 0.21% of all Baby Doge at $3.4 million. Now, the reason why I'm talking about these is because you got to look at the numbers. Look at how much they're holding and how much is typical of them to hold. So scrolling down here, you can see they're doing some purchases as well. So theirs aren't as significant, but they're still big purchases. So 16.5 billion, not too much. 6.5 billion, not too much. 49.4 billion, not too much. But when you see that they're doing this hour after hour after hour, they're doing something a little bit different than the OKX exchange. See, Gate.io is actually wait, let me step back for a little bit. So this one right here was actually the Gate.io one. So Gate.io is doing all these sales. Look, sell, but they have $3.4 million in Baby Doge. They're doing all these different sales, very small sales, some of them big, some of them not, but typically they're small sales. What I was mentioning over here with this wallet is not an exchange. So this wallet is doing more purchases and they're not an exchange. See, both exchanges are doing so many different sales. This exchange, bunch of sales on OKX exchange, bunch of sales here on the Gate.io exchange. But then the one that's not an exchange, you can tell by the exchanges, it just says filtered by a token holder. They're not an exchange that we know of. This is where the controversy comes from. Not really controversy, but this is where, the mystery comes from. This is the Gate.io exchange. It says it right there. And then this is the OKX exchange. It says it right there. So when you look at this, this is a token holder. So I think that not whales, but I think exchanges are maybe buying into Baby Doge. And, these are like the kind of purchases we see in exchanges, like hour after hour, minute after minute, purchase, sale, minute after minute, hour after hour. You got to think about it. Maybe they're testing it out. Maybe they're testing out how it works. Now, this has been going on for a while inside of this wallet, so you also have to look at that, but it's only been for the last 23 days. What if they're just testing this out for 23 days? Look, if it was at the last 168 days, like since Baby Doge was launched, then it's definitely not an exchange that they would have listed already by now. But this was only 23 days ago. And the fact that there's so many different purchases and sales like that, those 10% transaction fees are going to be adding up. But there's such small amounts that really doesn't matter. But see, the smaller the amount it is, it's just the more it gives us this idea that it's not typically a person doing this. A person isn't really going to do something like this. I think this really could be an exchange. It's probably a smaller exchange at that, only $4.4 million inside of it, but it could still be an exchange, buying and selling on the Baby Doge. Now, Gate.io is a pretty good size exchange. They only got 3.4 million in Baby Doge. And then we got this other exchange, OKX, 57.4 million. Still not that much money, right? But it is a good amount of money. Now, reason why I say not that much, exchanges, they typically deal with a lot more money than that. Now, over here, we see this other holder right here, $3.4 million. Same thing, sale. 15 minutes, 17 minutes ago, 23 minutes ago, 29 minutes ago, 8.9 billion. All these billions of Baby Doge bought and sold repeatedly on here. Hours and hours and hours every single day. Just transactions left and right, mainly sales. Now, this one has been here since 160 days ago, but this is what we call price manipulation at its finest. Maybe they're trying to keep Baby Doge price down so then they can buy that dip with a huge purchase. So like they artificially lower it and they keep doing that until eventually it hits a point where it's attractive for them to buy a large quantity and then double down and then let it pump and then start selling when it's not at the price that they don't want it at. So that could be what's happening here, but you also got to think the liquidity that's going to all the holders from all these transactions, nice. The burns, nice. All of that stuff, the reflections, we're getting lots of money from these whales doing this, so it's really not a bad thing, right? And then we have this whale over here, the same exact thing, $3.4 million, and they're really just doubling down on Baby Doge. They're really just selling, but they're also doing some buyings, and then you're seeing huge transactions in between like this. It's almost like they hide it in there, just very well hiding it. So look, million, billion, trillion, 2.4 trillion. Now, it may not be a lot to some people, but it's a lot to a lot of people out there, 2.6 trillion. So yeah, they're still doing big numbers on here. They're still doing huge transactions, but they kind of hide them a little bit in between. Now, the next whale we're watching over here has $2.4 million inside Baby Doge. So this whale, 615 trillion, Baby Doge, is kind of doing the same thing. Minutes after minutes, like every single minute, they are selling and buying Baby Doge, trillions being sold and only billions being bought. Trillions being sold, billions being bought. So the reason why I'm pretty much going over all of this is because these whales really shows where we're going to go next. If they're doing more selling, this pretty much saying that they want the price lower. So if they're doing more buying, that's saying that they want the price to be higher. So look, I believe that these Baby Doge whales see something that we don't. They see something that I already seen, the 3-2 possibly coming soon. But the fact that we're seeing all these different sales here, okay, the actual exchanges, we won't count those. But what about the other ones that aren't exchanges? You see lots of buyings come from them, and you see lots of sales mixed in with the buying as well. So the next whale that we can look at has 1.7 million. As you can see, they're doing sales, doing the same kind of strategy here. This is million, billion, trillion, 18 trillion sold, 90 billion sold, 27 trillion sold. Look at this, million, billion, trillion, 27 trillion is a lot. So that was only 112 days ago, and they really haven't sold large since then. And now they're starting to do the same thing. Now, if you look at where we were 122 days ago, we were pretty much going down, and that's pretty much when they sold it. So the same thing is kind of going on here. I think 3-2 may be seen soon. I think the whales are noticing that we may have a support that we're going to reach. So a lot of them are doubling down, and a lot of them are selling out before they double down. But we don't know exactly what's going to happen. This is all speculation, but I feel like the whales know something we do not know. Maybe they know that there's about to be an exchange listing us, a particular one. Maybe it could be Crypto.com, Coinbase. It could be anything. It could be Binance. It could be any of these, Voyager, Kraken. Could be any of these exchanges. So 10 hours ago, this Baby Doge whale bought about 16.2 trillion coins here. And then 10 days ago, they kind of did the same thing. They've just been buying. They're one of the whales that are only buying, and they only started this 28 days ago. So pretty much the fact that we're seeing all these whales coming in Baby Doge so late inside of the party. They're late in the party. They're not early. Well, I mean, it is still early to get in Baby Doge. Let's be completely honest. Once we get the 6Z1, 5Z1, so you're still early if you get in now. But they haven't been in for as long as us. They have only been in for 28 days, and they've done nothing but buy, and buy for 28 days. If literal millionaires are seeing the potential here with Baby Doge, I think other millionaires are going to see the potential as well, which will then, garner the attention of these large exchanges. So when we get the exchanges and the big whales and the billionaires, people who come in to make investments here, this is going to explode. And we're seeing this coming like every single day. We're seeing all these whales doubling down on Baby Doge. This one has $1.2 million in Baby Doge, and they've been in for quite some time here, all the way since the beginning. So they haven't sold since the beginning of Baby Doge. So this is really significant for us. Literal millionaires getting in at the beginning of Baby Doge and still not selling out. So this is crazy. Now, this whale kind of similar, but they have done some sells. But this whale right here, 365K, not as large, but it's still a significant amount of money. They've been in for about 104 days, and they've been buying more Baby Doge. So we have so many different whales here with Baby Doge, so many different opportunities here. We don't know if there's exchanges coming in or not, but we do know that a lot of these whales are doubling down big time. So anyways, our volume 21.2 million in volume, 3.4K new holders today, 17.56 trillion burned today. And actually, when you look at the holders, you see that we have a lot of holders. We're almost at 1.4 million. So by tomorrow, we should be at 1.4 million holders. So right now we're at 1,397,398 holders. And at 1.4 million, that's going to be a big milestone for us to cross. And when we cross that, it's going to be pretty big for us. I'm not saying that we're going to pump when we cross it, but it's definitely going to be nice for the whole Baby Doge army. Now, top whale that's doing purchases and sales, obviously this one right here is the OKX exchange. So this is the OKX exchange that we're looking at. They are the top whale pretty much out there for Baby Doge. But you also see that OKX has 1.2 million just sitting here inside of BUSD, almost like they're waiting for Baby Doge to go down to buy some more and make those profits. So there's a lot of potential here with Baby Doge. There's lots of potential. Now, what we really do want to look at, though, we want to look at the whales that aren't necessarily the biggest whales. The whales that have a good amount of money in Baby Doge, but not entirely all of it. So this whale is decided at Aiden token, I think, Safe Moon, Floki. They have millions of dollars all over the place. But what we really want to look at is kind of like how the OKX exchange at 139. This one has $139,000 of BUSD just sitting to the side. OKX had 1.4 million. So whenever you see BUSD sitting to the side, this is pretty much a sign that they're waiting for a dip to happen. Like typically, a lot of the smart people inside of DeFi, a lot of the smart people inside of crypto, the smart money, they always have money in stable coins waiting to buy that dip. So we may see a dip coming very soon in Baby Doge, just because we see all these whales, kind of just sitting to the side with their money. And while they're sitting to the side with their money, they're making strategic sales. They're selling. They wouldn't be selling all of this if they believed Baby Doge was about to pump very soon. Now, they're probably selling it right when Baby Doge hits that nice price that they want. They're probably going to double down and buy more. So pretty much 3.2 could be that price that they're looking for. And look, you can see the price of Baby Doge going down. Maybe they're artificially doing this, but either way, the price of Baby Doge is going down right now. And when it hits that support, there's probably when they're going to start buying more and more and more. So anyways, this whale sold 4 minutes ago, 182 billion Baby Doge and 35 billion, 18 billion. Doesn't seem like much, but when you have all these sales all in one day, 341 billion, all these billions of sales turn out to be trillions over the time. Like this whale is doing nothing but selling Baby Doge. But at the beginning, they were just buying huge amounts, but now they just started to sell because they've got enough Baby Doge to where they're going to be profitable. So as you can see here, the first purchase of Baby Doge was about 3.1 trillion. It looks like this is million, billion, trillion, 3.1 trillion, then 2.4 trillion, 2.3 trillion. So they got in at the bottom of Baby Doge when Baby Doge was pretty cheap. They only got 969K. And I know I'm making it sound like a little bit, but 969K is still a lot. Now, I do want to show a few more whales before we quit going over these whales. The sharks, as they call them, with the 300Ks and Baby Doge. Now, when you start seeing stuff like this, where whales only have Baby Doge, literally only a significant amount of money in Baby Doge and then little Baby Doge, this is when you start seeing like the real diamond hands people who throw all their money into one thing, Baby Doge, kind of like what I did. So like this whale threw all of their money into Baby Doge. This is 355K that this whale just completely dumped in Baby Doge, and they're doing nothing but buying. The other ones selling, but they've been buying since about 104 days ago. So that's pretty significant right there. And they're just doubling down on Baby Doge. It's really nice to see these whales being as bullish with it as us. But yeah, we got to watch the smaller whales too, because smaller whales matter too. So I'm seeing a huge trend here of people buying little Baby Doge with Baby Doge, but it's only 61 cents of little Baby Doge, so it's really not that significant. But this one has $159,000 inside of Baby Doge. They really haven't done anything significant since 25 days ago, and yeah, they haven't really done much significant since then. But remember, every single sale has 10% tax fee right there, and then every single buy 10% tax fee. So if they sell a lot, cool, it helps us out. If they buy a lot, cool, it helps us out as well. So the fact that this whale is doing the smart thing. They've been in for 234 days. They just kind of bought some, let it sit, sold a little bit of it, but predominantly they're letting it all sit. But anyways, this is all I got for the whale watching. We just gotta, make sure we see exactly what the whales are doing, so we know. A lot of people have been talking about how the whales are manipulating, and I doubted it for a little bit, but then I look and I see, yeah, whales are manipulating Baby Doge a little bit. They're pretty much doing this to make the price more into their favor, and that's pretty much what's happening. They're manipulating the prices. They want it to be lower, but then you still have whales that aren't really manipulating the price. They're manipulating it in a good way by buying lots of Baby Doge. So we don't always have whales that are doing bad things for the community. There still are whales that are doing good, like this one right here with $1.4 million. They bought 16.2 trillion today, and then yesterday they bought, or not yesterday, but 10 days ago, they bought more trillions and more trillions. But look, every 10 days or so, this whale's buying trillions of Baby Doge. So that's still good for us. This pretty much shows that millionaires are projecting Baby Doge continue to rise. So if millionaires can put millions of their dollars in here and project uptrend in Baby Doge, I know you all and me as well can put $100 or $1,000 or whatever we got, $10, whatever we got in Baby Doge, and just hold it for the long term. But yeah, that's the plan here. Like I said, 3-2 support could be coming pretty soon. We just got to keep strong. We just got to stay strong here with Baby Doge Army, because as you know, when we have these price actions inside Baby Doge, once we hit these resistance and then we keep bouncing off resistance, support, it's pretty much a sign that we're about to have something big going on. So expect a little bit of a downtrend, expect some turmoil, but after that, we're going to see some huge pumps coming from Baby Dogecoin. But right now is the time for sideways movement. So I know a lot of people don't like seeing sideways movement like this, but that's what happens. And what happens right at the end of the sideways movement, we have another little dip, and then from there, we have a huge pump. So get ready for that huge pump with Baby Dogecoin. It could be coming soon. So we just got to wait for it to do its little thing, let it dip a little bit, and then we're probably going to have some huge pumps coming in Baby Doge very soon. But yeah, anyways, this is all I got for you all today. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Definitely hit the like button, subscribe. It really helps the YouTube channel out immensely for the YouTube algorithm. Leave a comment in the comment section and let me know what you all want me to go over next. And also, if you want these automated trading indicators, definitely check out the Vital Algo link in the description and use the discount code Marsellis for 25% off. And if you want to help support the channel, definitely go ahead and send a donation through the Cash App or PayPal donation link in the description. And remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. And as always, I'll be back with another video. Peace.